Motion passed 4-0. Thank you, council. I'll now also look for approval of consent agenda, please.
Move approval of the consent agenda to include the January 11, 2022 meeting minutes, the February 8th, 2022 claim vouchers, 7198 through 7210, and an EFT in the amount of $24,068.72, and the January 2022 payroll in the amount of $33,492.63, and the December 2021 treasurer's report.
Second.
There's a motion second to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed 4-0. Thank you, council. We'll now move to public comment. I don't see anybody in the audience that so I think we can move on, unless there's somebody out there that I'm not seeing on my list of people. Okay, so we will move on to the public hearing regarding the Comcast franchise fee renewal. Bill, you want to mention anything about that, please?
What was that one? You cut out for just a moment.
Comcast franchise.
Oh, yes, the franchise. This is the renewal of the Comcast franchise. I think we get about $7,800 every quarter out of that. I sent a copy off to their attorney. He can't be here tonight for other reasons. So if you have some questions, we probably should continue that. But this is simply the same franchise that we had for, I don't know, last 20 years.
Any questions for Mr. Cameron? There's no questions. Do we need to table it, or can we take action tonight, council?
Let's take.
I think we need to take action.
I agree.
So I think I need a motion.
Move to close the public hearing.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, so there's a motion, a second to close the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, public hearing is now closed.
I move to accept the Comcast. Oh God,
7:05.
thank you.
You're skipping an item on the agenda.
I thought Bob wanted to move to that.
I'll take the motion so we don't have to bounce around. So George made a motion. Was there a
Second.
second?
I second it, Bob.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 705, the approval of the Comcast franchise fee agreement. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passed. Thank you. Okay, now we'll go back to staff reports. I see that Mr. Gibson has joined us now, so we'll start with staff reports. Ron Gibson, you want to go first? You're unmuted. You're ready.
All right. I presented a written report, so I don't believe I have anything to add to that unless there's questions on that. We've been pretty busy.
Okay. Any questions for Ron?
No questions, but I'd just like to comment that the guys are doing a great job restoring Raintree Park.
Thank you. I'll pass that on.
Yeah, if you haven't been up to Raintree Park, you should drive up there. Any other questions for Ron? Okay. Tammy?
I do have a few things. I just wanted to let you know that the audit is still going on, although what they're asking of me is basically nothing at this point. I think they have everything they want. And now they're just reviewing everything. As far as what they're telling me that they're finding, we're sitting pretty. We're doing just fine. It seems to be taking longer because they said they had some pretty big audits ahead of us. So they were kind of doing like piecework, and they haven't really dove into just ours specifically. So we're hoping to have our exit conference the last week of February. And I will definitely send out the invite to all of you when we know for sure when that is. It's looking like it's going to be March 1st, but she couldn't give me a for sure day on that until they wrap up the audit. So, but everything seems to be going fine. I'm working on the annual report. That's just business as usual. I've been asked by several council members about the striping at City Hall parking lot and how come it's not finished, or if it is finished. It is not finished, and they intend on finishing it this week with the dry weather. So Doug's guys will make sure and tidy that up. I talked to Liebecker, Mr. Liebecker at the school regarding the welcome to Rainier signs, and he is going to talk to his shop class and see if his kids are interested in making those 3 signs. Sorry, just a sec. Guys, go. Oh, last but not least is the church ribbon cutting, grand opening, whatever we're gonna do. I think we need to put some discussion and get a date set for that, so that we can move forward and kind of, have that off of our list of things we need to check off. So I am open to suggestions, dates, plans. If somebody wants to take the lead, just let me know what you guys are thinking. And other than that, I don't have anything.
Thank you, Tammy. Any questions for Tammy? Jim Gibson? I think you
Thank you,
joined
Mr.
us.
Mayor.
There you are.
We've had things starting to pick up a little bit in the planning department. There's interest now in completing the short plat at 700 Hubbard Street. That's just a little ways up north on Hubbard. It's a 2-lot short plat that was done about 2 years ago, preliminary. Now it's been sold, and their new owners are coming back in and wanting to finish that up. So that's getting started. That'll also have a water line extension as part of that project. We have just got a set of water line plans for a different short plat that is out off Minnesota Street. And we're starting now to see building permits come in for the what I've been calling the Trotter Downs IRS lots. The ones, multiple lots were sold in an IRS auction up on Trotter Downs, and we're starting to see permits come in. And LG, Tammy, Beth, and myself are getting together each time those come in to process them and make sure we're catching all the bits and pieces for those. You may, if you've been up there lately, you will have seen approximately 8 to 10 of those lots have been cleared. And when I mean cleared, just brush that had grown up from the, 2012 when it was built. So they're cleaned up lots now. You'll start seeing probably some homes popping up in there, some work starting in the next month. So things are starting to pick up a little bit, and otherwise going well. Any questions?
I have one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jim, on those lots up there, I was under the understanding originally that there was going to be a community system put in for those lots up on top of the hill there. Whatever happened on that?
Well, at this point, the developer has to work with Thurston County to get septics approved.
Right?
That's what they have not, I do not believe they started working on that section of lots yet.
Okay,
The ones they're doing mostly on now, I'm seeing is down on Cody Street and the cul-de-sac down there on that corner.
okay,
I've actually contacted Thurston County, and it's not something they typically do in the past, but I've asked them to copy me on all correspondence to do with those lots and septic approvals. So I'm seeing as they submit, I'm seeing the process, seeing how it's being done. So we're not left out necessarily wondering what's going on. It used to be, we send the developers over there, get the septic approved at the same time as submit building permit. On these lots, we're requiring them to get the septic approval first before they come in with a building permit. Because there are some lots that I expect in there they won't get a septic approval for. That's the reason we're doing a 1-2-step process in this.
okay, that was kind of my question. I want to make sure that you were in the loop on all that and knew what was going on there. So no problem. Thank you, Jim.
Yes, sir. And I did forget one other thing. I do understand that the Dollar General, they were in process of taking ownership of the property, of going through the transfer of it and buying it. And then they were going to be going out to bid shortly thereafter. So they were talking about starting construction somewhere middle or late March.
Excellent.
Any other questions? Jim, I talked with John today. Have you got that information that you and I you were gonna get together to get off to him?
I have it 99% finished. I just need you and I need to sit down and go through it and make sure that the vision is what we thought it should be.
Okay,
So I'll touch base with you outside of this and we'll go through that.
okay, sounds good. Any other questions for Jim? Okay, thanks, Jim. Lieutenant, you wanna take over?
Don't have much to add other than I think the attached sheet shows the updates of calls. Some went up, some went down. A little bit less activity that was generated in the city. Is there anything that anybody's having problems with that should be addressed on the sheriff's office side?
I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. Things have gotten, we were kind of like the Wild West there for a little bit, but I feel like we're getting it reeled back in.
Great, great. And I know that Deputy Frawley's been in there quite a bit and assigned to the schools and through the town, and he's really enjoying being out there. He did inform me of the coffee with a cup stuff going on, and so that should be coming up here again. He sent me those dates, so hopefully I'll be able to attend those as well with him and see some more of the community out there.
Okay.
Any questions? Okay. Mr. Cameron, did you have anything besides the ordinance that we already did?
Not really. I hope everybody got a copy of the little history of our nuisance abatement activities that I sent out a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Did they?
Have
Okay.
not seen that.
I have not either.
We haven't?
No.
Okay,
Did I forget to send it?
you did. You did. Okay, well,
Well, I don't have access to my email from home, so I will send it tomorrow morning.
I sent it to you on the 27th.
Well, I'm worthless because I didn't send it on apparently. We don't have a code enforcement officer yet. I talked to him this week, yesterday, I think it was. And he told me that it's still in the hands of Tenino's attorney. And their attorney is busy doing a bunch of other things. And so it doesn't seem to be a priority to him. So that's where we're waiting to get a code enforcement officer.
couple things I had. Tammy just talked about the one code enforcement officer. I talked to the mayor and the mayor said it's in his attorney's hands right now to get the contracts to send over to us. I don't know, you may have seen last week, there was a surveyor down doing some surveying at Wachowski Park in the bathrooms. That was for Thurston County, getting ready for next year to, like I said, so that made me feel good that bathrooms are moving forward. This was supposed to be the year they do the engineering and construction in 23. And there was a gentleman down there 2 days last week surveying around there. So he was there for Thurston County. Our bathrooms, I talked to Ron yesterday. We're pretty much very close to having those ready to open up. We'll just wait until the weather breaks and we get into Easter time to open our bathrooms, but one of them will be open. One will be ready to open up. Is that correct, Ron?
Yeah,
Yes, and
that's
everything.
correct. There'll be one unisex restroom, correct.
And we've done the work to get it ready. We just have a little bit more to, get it ready to actually open up, put the toilet paper and the stuff in there, but it's pretty much going to be ready to be functionable. So thanks for taking care of that, Ron. If you haven't been out the south end of town yet, we got those trees all cut. They look great. We've opened up the trail visibility. That was done last week. I'm now working with Thurston County Parks and Rec to get them out. Hoping that they'll bring out some equipment and clear that and tear the scotch broom down. And we got a lot of tree limbs down there. The tree trimmer did a pretty good job of cleaning it up, even better than I anticipated him to do. But remember, our final goal is to get Thurston County to get in and participate and clean that up. And then our maintenance will go down almost to the city limits down there. And that's another project that we wanted to get complete. We haven't had a mayor pro tem in the 4 years that I've been the mayor. We really have never elected another mayor pro tem. I know I've only missed 2 meetings in 5 years, but I do think we need to get one done. Kristen covered for me the last 2 times I've ever missed, but the only reason it was is we never had anybody elected and she was the last one that was a pro tem, 6, 7 years ago. So I guess, is there anybody that would be interested in being a mayor pro tem?
I'd like to nominate Dennis.
Oh,
Dennis, are you okay with that?
Sure.
Anybody else
Nice.
have want to throw their name in? I guess that just leaves Maureen and George. You
I'll
guys-
second Dennis's nomination.
Okay. I don't know. I think, Bill, can we just appoint one or do we have to vote him in? I think we can just appoint it, right?
Well, yeah, as all majority of the council needs to agree on the nominee, and that's all you need to do.
Maureen, do you agree with the nomination?
yes.
Okay. Dennis, congratulations. You'll be the mayor pro tem. My recollection in the past, we did that on a yearly basis. And again, I apologize that we never did one in my first 4 years in office. But so Dennis, you'll be the mayor pro tem for the 2022 calendar year.
Okay.
Thank you, council.
Thank you, Dennis.
We'll go down for council.
Thank you.
I missed something there, but Ron Kemp, you got anything?
I have nothing.
Any questions for Ron?
No.
Okay, George, you got anything to report?
Yeah, the trail's looking good at the south end of town. It's coming along great. Just a question, the tennis court and pickleball still a go, Bob, this year?
Well, that's what you heard. Jim Gibson and we need to meet again. Mr. Hinton's waiting for us to get the updated parks plan. Mr. Gibson and I met 2 weeks ago. And now it sounds like he's got you heard him say, I think 99%. So it sounds like him and I are going to get together maybe tomorrow, and we'll get that off to John Hinton. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed, George. I haven't
No,
gone.
yeah, that's great. That's great.
I haven't gone. I still don't say too much about it because, you know, we're now getting to be 2 months in, and we'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We're getting ready for the Easter egg hunt the Saturday before Easter up in the park. 2 o'clock, I think, was the time we used last year. We'll use the same time again this year. We'll have over 2,000, maybe 3,000 eggs this year with candies and prizes in them. And Coffee with a Cop is scheduled for Wednesday, March 23rd, June 22nd, which is a Wednesday, and September 28th, which is a Wednesday, probably at 1:30 at the Senior Center. And that's all I got. They will set another one for November or December. They haven't picked a date for that yet. Tim, you look confused.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm always confused.
Well,
but
I'm never sure what I'm saying either, so it's like,
sounds good to me. Frank had told us about the Coffee with the Cop date, so we got it on the reader board.
Any questions for George? Dennis?
I attended TRPC last Friday, and they elected new officers since there were a lot of retirements and replacements. And they began the process for new projects funded by feds. I'm not quite sure what we have, but I know typically John Hinton took care of that. I am presuming that our new engineer representative will do that. We have a 6-year list, but if there's an opportunity for other projects, I sure hope we take advantage of it. Other than that, not a lot going on. The legislature is busy doing whatever it's doing, and nothing yet that would impact us. I just have a couple of other things. When the county comes out to work on the trail on the south end of town, I mean, it's looking good already, but it'll be nice when they get in there and level up. There's 2 big stumps right along 507. That it would be nice if they could knock those out of there, because that would make it easier on the guys to maintain. And maybe we can convince them to do that if they bring some equipment in. Then the other thing is, I would propose that we do the ribbon cutting for the church on March 15th. That gives our staff a little over a month to plan and advertise and get things together for that. And that's all I have.
Okay. Any questions for Dennis? Thanks, Dennis. Maureen?
Nope, I'm good, thanks.
Any questions for Maureen? Okay, we did have our Thurston County Mayor's meeting last Friday. We met via Zoom again. We're still not going back to meeting in person. And most of the dialogue was just, there were a couple of new mayors that were not present at the last mayor's meeting. So we kind of went through and let the 3 new mayors in Thurston County introduce themselves and asked them questions about what they had been doing. So most of our hours meeting was just getting to know them and have them ask us questions and what they've gone through in the last 41 days, I think it was, that they had been in office. So pretty educational and pretty helpful to them. Okay, with that said, before somebody makes a motion, our next meeting will be the 2nd Tuesday in March. And at this point in time, I think we should still meet via Zoom. I think things are starting to turn the corner, and hopefully by the time we get into a springtime, we can get back in person would be my recommendation.
Mr. Mayor, before we go, I didn't hear a response from anybody on the proposal for the ribbon cutting. Is that something that's,
I guess I took it that people were gonna look at their calendars and I didn't have a calendar in front of me. Does anybody know what day of the week the 15th is? Is that a Tuesday?
Tuesday,
the Tuesday?
I'm okay with that date.
Would a Saturday be better? I don't
Here's-
know, just more locals might come to a Saturday than a weekday, but I don't know. I don't know.
The suggestion from George Sharp is to have the commissioners there as well. And so it's probably, if we're gonna go to that length, we probably need to
Midweek.
make it a date that works for them,
Yeah.
which would probably be a daytime thing. I don't know how that works normally. And I'm certainly not an event planner. So if somebody wants to take the lead on this with my assistance, that would be awesome.
So maybe we could ask Tammy to touch base with the commissioners and see when they are available and then proceed from there.
I also wonder if the Historical Society might like to take the lead. Tammy might want to ask them. It's a possibility. It's a historical building.
Okay, I'll talk to Bob when I see you.
Tammy and I will work on this tomorrow.
Just let her come on the video. She's fine. Hi, Rem.
You're saying the meeting's over. Okay, Dennis. So it sounds like right now we'll plan on the 15th. Tammy and I'll get a hold of the commissioners. I'll get a hold of them this week. I got 2 of them in my cell phone, so.
And what does that look like for you guys? Are you thinking like cake and punch and just, kind of introduce the church? And I mean, I honestly don't know what it looks like in your guys' minds.
I would think we'd make it pretty simple,
Yeah.
Have a ribbon cutting and just a couple of speeches by, the mayor and who knows, and then just ring the hell out of the church bell.
Okay.
I always thought that the new council member had to do the speaking.
No?
Unfortunately, that might be a work time for me. I don't know if I can get out during the day.
Darn it. Okay, well, Bob, we'll talk tomorrow.
Yep. We will talk on that. So I guess I'm looking for a motion to adjourn unless somebody
to
else has
adjourn.
something else.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion, a second to adjourn. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Motion passed. Meeting officially adjourned at 7:30 PM. Thank you, council.
Thank you.
Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.